Okay, I think our meeting's being live streamed. Just
It's not being recorded yet, Nadia.
Yeah.
but I'll just start the recording. I just wanted us to be there.
Nadia, I'm also logging in as a backup from my phone. ठीक है, camera वगैरह सब off.
All right, sounds good. And yeah, so recording. So I think we are live. Let me just check. It's already gone live, so we start the conversation. Okay, we are live and we already have viewers as well. Awesome. So I think let's just wait a minute for some more viewers to join in. Nida, you're freezing.
Yeah, she is frozen. Nida is gone. I think it's the internet connection. जो हमारी बात हो रही थी, हाँ, जो हमारी बात हो रही थी कि वो जो है वो चैलेंज ही रहता है और वो कुछ नहीं पता होता कब क्या हो जाए.
I think हमारे पास viewers भी आ गए. So let's start. जैसे निदा, I think उनकी connectivity वापस आ जाती है तो we'll join.
ठीक है.
So, Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Good to see you here today, and welcome to the session Femprow with Standard Chartered INNOVentures Bechlo.pk on women in tech. So a little bit about women in tech. Kya hai? I'd like to introduce to you before we go ahead in the session. So Standard Chartered Bank Pakistan and INNOVentures Global have partnered to create the Standard Chartered Women in Tech program. This program supports female-led businesses enabled by technologies, providing them with training, mentorship, and seed grant. अब जब हम ये बात करेंगे, so आप लोगों के वहाँ में बहुत सारे questions आ रहे होंगे. Yesterday when we put the post out, बहुत सारे हमारे पास सवाल आए हैं. Inbox में भी कुछ questions आए हैं. हमारे पास chat में भी बहुत सारे questions आए हैं. I know a lot of you women are excited to apply to this program, learn from it, and really scale up your businesses. So I think just to start, I would like Nida ya Tasneem to just introduce the program a little bit, and then we can go on to hear from Ziana about her exciting journey.
Yeah, sure. I think I'll take the lead, Nadia. Thank you very much for inviting us today and giving this platform to have new women like Ziana to apply and get seed grants and scale their business. Women in Tech in Pakistan was launched in 2019, and it's an entrepreneurship program led by Standard Chartered with our partners INNOVentures. And इसमें we provide, as you mentioned, seed funding, mentoring, coaching, and seed funding to female businesses which are enabled by technology. तो इसके अंदर जो females founders हैं, जो businesses अपना run कर रही हैं, which are enabled by technology, they can come and apply for the program.
Wow, sounds amazing. I think हम थोड़ा सा शायद अब निदा की तरफ चलें या ज़ियाना से पूछें. What is, Nidia, would you like to add something to this before we go on to Ziana for the stories?
Thank you for the opportunity, Nadia. It's always amazing interacting with your community and you, being such a strong supporter of women entrepreneurs in Pakistan and the community that you've curated over the years. So Women in Tech program is basically a program that is designed specifically for women. Now, when we talk about it, we actually are very mindful of the aspects that women entrepreneurs need and support for running their businesses. एक तो what we are very mindful of is that the women ownership should be there. I will actually.
निदा, आपकी आवाज चली गई है हमारे पास. I think mic has.
Hello.
जी, yeah.
Yeah, so I will go in detail about the eligibility criteria, further down the conversation, but I really want to emphasize the fact that, when you're running a women program, there are a lot of things that you need to be mindful of. And over the last 4 years, we've actually gone through the process to make the steps easier for women to not only participate for this program in terms of their experience, but we've also, actually redesigned the curriculum, the mentors that we've curated over the years, the community that we've built. So when you apply for this program, it's not only your venture that's going to be growing, but it's also going to be you yourself as an entrepreneur and as somebody who's, managing and juggling multiple things. हम उन सारे aspects को एक साथ लेके आते हैं, and that is how this community has grown over the years, in the last 4 years, and inshallah we are all set for year 5 now.
Alhamdulillah. And I've seen some really amazing businesses come out of the program, and I've seen their journey ahead of the program personally, being in the ecosystem. And again, when women are really designing the program and they're at the forefront of such programs, it's always very, women friendly and very founder friendly and women friendly. So Ziana, we'd like to hear from you about, firstly, what is Bechlo.pk? What are you guys, aap log kar kya rahe? What are you doing? And, how did you find this program?
Absolutely. It's actually an absolute honor to be here, Nadia, on your community, alongside.
Honor to have you.
Such from INNOVentures and Standard Chartered. So Bechlo.pk is a female-centered marketplace. Obviously, no one knows this better than you in this ecosystem, that our Pakistani women are extremely talented, and they're also very entrepreneurial. Contrary to popular belief, or contrary to what men may think, women are very entrepreneurial. And they are always doing something on this side, right? So wo side businesses hote hain, choti cheez hoti hai, and we don't necessarily always have the confidence to take it big or to scale it up. So Bechlo.pk is basically supporting those women who are running small businesses from home through social media to bring them into the formal e-commerce space. So we have a platform, sellers can sign up for free on the platform, post their products, and then we take care of everything from getting the order picked up from their homes to customer service to payment. And then we also have a training and upskilling program where we'll help them with anything from digital literacy, financial literacy. So just to really help these women continue to have faith in themselves, to have the confidence that yes, we can do it, give them a platform to go from a micro entrepreneur to a small business and then a medium business, and just give them the flexibility to earn an income from home at their terms, right? Not everyone wants to have a full-time job. Not everyone has the luxury of a full-time job, and not everyone has the time for a full-time business either. So we basically created this platform to really simplify the e-commerce process. For anyone who's worried about मैं business की finances मुझे arrange करनी होंगी, या बहुत काम लगता है, मुझे तो accounts का कुछ नहीं आता, मुझे social media का कुछ नहीं आता. So we remove all of those barriers. We're like, why don't you just come on, go through the journey, and we'll help you go further. So that's what we're doing at Bechlo.pk. And the Women in Tech program by Standard Chartered has been a game changer. We launched Bechlo.pk in 2021, and by the time we applied to INNOVentures, we missed cohort 3, and then we applied for cohort 4. We had already been through 3 different programs, accelerator type programs. I have a business background as well, and a little bit of my hesitation was, ab main naya kya seekhungi? That's the first thing I want to address. Every program you do, every session you attend, with any program, you'll learn a lot. The biggest thing I think for me for the Standard Chartered Women in Tech program was that it's designed by women for women. Essentially, it really keeps in mind the challenge. Being a founder is hard enough. Being a female founder is even harder. Being a mother and a founder is like 6 times harder, And I think the really good thing about the Women in Tech program is it understands the fact that yes, our business is very important, but if we do have things that we have to do at home or with our families, we're not judged for it. We're not penalized for it. And we keep those limitations. They help us work through those limitations and still enable us to grow our business. So I think that's been a really, really big thing for me as far as the Standard Chartered program is concerned, Women in Tech program is concerned. And secondly, it's remote. The fact that I can be at my office or at home and attend these sessions over a 12-week period is really, really helpful. It gives me and also it's pre-designed, right? So you'll know in advance when you get accepted in the program that your live sessions are going to be on XYZ days for the 12 weeks. So there's no, last minute running around, oh my God, ab mujhe 2 ghante nikal. So it's a very well-structured program as well. So I think those are like my key takeaways, but I'm sure there'll be more that we can discuss as the session goes on.
Oh, wow. That was very insightful to learn about Bechlo.pk. Been in a very similar space, so I can really understand what you're saying, that these are actual pain points that women face. Being there and seeing that, so and you guys are doing a great job. Again, Women in Tech program ka, this is again our fifth year having this live session with this team. And Nida, and it's always such a pleasure to do that. And for some of the participants who've joined later, I'd like to reintroduce the panel as well. So Nida is the CEO of INNOVentures Global Private Limited, which is a venture creation acceleration program platform and the implementation partner for Women in Tech. And she is the program director as well for Women in Tech cohort. And Tasneem we have from us, from Standard Chartered Bank. She's the Associate Director, Communications and Sustainability at Standard Chartered, and a champion behind bringing the Women in Tech program here in Pakistan. Ziana, we've already introduced you, the CEO and the co-founder of Bechlo.pk, which is a women-centric e-commerce platform. So I would like कि अगर हम अगला question जो है वो निदा से पूछे कि निदा, what is the basic structure of the program? Because there were questions that people asked, that is this only for women, in certain cities? Is it online? Is it in person? So why don't you tell us about the structure of this program, please?
So thank you for this, timely question, Nadia. So I'm going to address this question in three forms. First of all, I'm going to talk about, the kind of people that we are looking for. Then I'm going to address, the kind of program it is designed to be and how it is implemented. So first of all, we are looking for women-led ventures. जब हम women-led ventures की बात करते हैं, उसमें सिर्फ necessarily it's not only 100% pure female-owned businesses. We are very cognizant of the fact that in Pakistan, women entrepreneurship comes in all shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
There are teams of mother-daughter, there are solo founders, of course, at the forefront, but then there are teams of mother-daughter, there are sisters, there are brothers and sisters, there are husband and wives. So, when we talk about women-led ventures, we need to be supportive of women coming into the forefront and in any form there is. As long as it is the woman who is, a majority shareholder, 1/3 of the ownership, in the business should be of a woman-led, of the woman founder. Or agar ek se zyada hai, to of course, that's how the weightage is going to be. The key decision-making role mein the woman founder has to be there. And trust me, when you go into the pitching process and Q&A, aapse hum jab baat kar rahe hote hain, to it's bahut clear pata chal jata hai कि if it is a woman who's being, put in the forefront for eligibility of the program versus if it's the real decision maker and, key venture runner whom you're conversing with. जो दूसरी चीज हम बहुत गौर से देखते हैं वो ये चीज है कि हमारा जो प्रोग्राम का ये सारा स्पिरिट है वो ये है कि हम प्रोफेशनलाइज करें women ventures को out there. As Ziana pointed out कि a lot of women are doing ventures out there. हर कोई साइड पे कोई ना कोई चीज कर रहा है, but until and unless it is not professionalized, people will not take it seriously. The avenues for, being eligible for funds, for futures, better access to, more partnerships हो गई, collaborations हो गई, funding हो गई, international markets हो गई, वो सारा तभी आपके लिए avenues खोलेंगे when you're a professionally run business. So we highly encourage that जो भी programs जो भी ventures हमारे पास apply कर रहे हैं, founders apply कर रहे हैं, वो registered जरूर हों. It could be a sole proprietorship, it could be a partnership, but registration of some form is necessary. Of course, we are flexible on this clause. If you're already in process of registration, please don't hesitate to apply. In चीजों में we do realize कि time लगता है, there are some barriers, but it also has become a very easy process now. So please go ahead and start applying for registration. The clause only comes into action कि अगर आप at the end of the acceleration period, if you win the grant, then only, the money would be dispersed to a registered business account, not to a personal account. And that is for the sake of, evaluation और उसके लिए हमारे M&E के लिए बहुत जरूरी होता है, just to keep track of
every
things.
program, whether it's local or global,
it's with every program. So, you're absolutely, you're doing yourself a favor. You're not doing, an out of extraordinary step for just this program. You're actually doing yourself a favor. आप अपने लिए बहुत ज़्यादा avenues खोलेंगे for more programs in the market.
Any this thing, whether it's this government loans, anything, or grants,
anything, बिल्कुल.
program, because it's your your documentation.
It's your ticket to credit.
It's like the pass.
Absolutely, it's your ticket for eligibility. It's a credibility badge that you're putting on your business. The third thing that I would also like to talk about is the age of the business. Now, that is a very key question that keeps coming to us time and again.
Yeah, it's just come again also in the live video.
Yes, मेरे पास अभी आपके chat में भी कल भी एक comment मैंने पढ़ा था, and I had made a promise that I will address it over here. So when we talk about age of the business should not be less than 6 months old. ये नहीं है कि आपने program देखा और उसी दिन बैठे कि चलो यार let's apply for this program. Idea stage नहीं है. There should be some business traction. आपके कोई customers बने हुए हो. There is a sale going on in terms of your product, market acceptability, traction वगैरह ये सारी चीजें आपके business में पहले से मौजूद होनी चाहिए. Because this program is not for मतलब idea stage businesses के लिए नहीं है. हमारा curriculum is designed to help you scale.
Right.
That means कि आपका जो main initial concept है, product है, वो सारी चीजें proven हो चुकी हैं. Now you want to go big, and that's where we are going to come in and help you out with it. That's where all the hand holding of the curriculum, of your mentors, of your networking is going to enable you to do so. The other thing is that it should not be more than a 2-year-old business. अब जब हम 2 साल की बात करते हैं, that's where the women-centric approach is something that we talk about comes into practice. हमें पता है कि चंद ख़वातीन businesses start करती हैं at early age. Then they either go for the masters, they get married, they have children. Parental care या elderly care आपकी increase हो जाती है. So we know that an entrepreneurship journey for a woman in Pakistan is with breaks. उसमें छोटे छोटे gaps भी होते हैं, उसमें breaks भी होते हैं. We are cognizant of that. अगर ऐसा कुछ है कि आपने register करवा लिया था business, फिर आपने pause कर दिया for whatever valid reason, please do mention it in your application. We are sitting behind those sheets. We are reading everything that you're letting us know. हमारी evaluation बिल्कुल blind folded नहीं होती है. हम लोग ये चीजें जरूर देखते हैं. हमें कई चीजों पे confusion होगी. If we feel कि overall आपका business ऐसा है जो कि ready to scale है, बाकी आपकी जो चीजें हैं, they are making sense to be eligible for the program, trust me, we will be giving you a call and asking us, can you explain here? ये सारा सब तो सही है, ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. Can you explain this to us? We do make an effort to reach out to our applicants for this. Yes, there are some businesses जो कि are not the right fit for the program, तो उनसे फिर हम लोग माजरत करते हैं, but we also keep on encouraging them to keep on striving more and then apply again. My favorite example, of course, is of अभी Ziana ने खुद बताया कि she was looking at this program for cohort 3, but it was right up to cohort 4 when they actually applied for this program. हमने पिछले दिनों ही socials पे अजीजा सोले के story share की थी, जो mentorship.pk from GP area चलाती हैं. She has been following INNOVentures ka page round about for 4 years now. And she's been looking at it and everything. And she's always been a very, uska naam bhi jo usse pehle pata tha, before I even knew what mentorship.pk was. And she finally had the confidence, and she got her, her things together, and she applied in cohort 4. So it's not that it's a journey that is going to end right now. Abhi nahi to kabhi nahi. It's not like that either. Your growth is a continuous process. Your business will grow with you. If not now, you can apply later. Hamare cohort 1 mein Park Agri ne apply kiya tha. At that point, they weren't shortlisted. They applied again in cohort 2, and they actually won the grant in the second time when they applied. So, these are different these are different examples just to encourage you. Okay, if it doesn't happen this time, or if it didn't happen last time, by the way, since we keep coming to your community, I get this, humne ji last time apply kiya tha, it didn't happen. Don't stop right now. Please, give it another try, because it's for your own business at the end of the day. So I hope that answers the question.
There are women who were very hesitant to apply because, from our community as well. And I mean, in the past, the reason I'm sharing this is for those who are hesitant कि नहीं, I'm not too sure if I'm relevant to know. मेरी इनसे discussions भी थी. One was, I think, Tehmeena. She was into, I think, robotics या कुछ उनका था.
Yes, 21st century learning, cohort 3.
Yeah, and she reached to the final stages. She was very, there have been so many people who've been hesitant. They've contacted me privately and they said, please do apply. There is nothing that can harm. आपके application में कुछ भी नहीं जा रहा, right? And do make an attempt. and these learning, we as women, sometimes we want to invest on so many things, but a lot of times you're not investing on a learning, especially programs like these, which are not charging you anything. There's no cost associated. In fact, you're only gaining out of it. So, I mean, I
Absolutely.
always really support, which is one of the reasons we always come on board as an outreach partner, because I know the value that, our community, if there's anybody, business who've participated, they come back to us with that information that we learned a lot, we grew. Nida, एक question जो आ रहा है is like what you said about the 2 years wala thing, right? So they shouldn't be operational more than 2 years. So if they've had a break, they would be considerable. What about some businesses? Because there are so many that I also personally know, कि जो 5-6 years से continuously they've been operational, but they haven't, like, now at that stage, they really need to scale up and they need that vision, they need that learning. What happens in such businesses? Should they apply and mention that? Yeah, is this a very strict rule of 2 years?
No, it's not a strict rule for 2 years. देखें, हमारी जो age calculation शुरू होती है वो from the point of registration होती है.
Okay.
A lot of years जो आप 6 साल के businesses की बात कर रहे हैं, उसमें से 3 साल तो experimentation में ही चल रहा होता है कि ये हम करें कि नहीं करें. They're pivoting, they're reassigning, product में tweaks आ रही होती हैं. Things it takes time to settle in because, they're starting on their own and without much support. So from the point of registration is where the clock starts ticking. हम लोग थोड़े से fluid हैं इस मामले में, but yes, we can't be much more fluid. A 7-year-old business is unfortunately not going to be very adaptable for the curriculum that we offer. क्योंकि आप में जो एक flexibility एक business में एक होती है to, gain the learnings and then make the tweaks that we are suggesting, it becomes harder. आपके systems इतने set हुए होते हैं कि वो जो हमारा curriculum का time period है, जो 2.5 months का हमारा curriculum है, उसमें शायद आप वो ना कर पाएं. But if you do feel कि you can convince us, don't stop the communication. This is something that we, as I said, कि हम लोग through the years हमारे लिए भी learnings हैं ये. Market बहुत change हो रही है, economic criteria बहुत change हो रहा है, startup का DNA change हो रहा है पाकिस्तान में. आप इसी तरह देखेंगे, one thing that I really want to commend Standard Chartered for, and they don't get the credit enough for it, is कि when we started this program, हमारी $1.5 million rupees grant थी. And we went back to them last year and we said, देखिए, cost of business is getting very higher. For somebody who wants to integrate technology into their business, the cost of it is not going to be covered by this much amount. And they actually went back to the drawing board and came back to us, okay, we are increasing the grant money. So this time around, we have 7 grants. So 7 people out of the 25 who will be chosen will have a guaranteed shot at a 2.5 million rupees ki grant for their business. So they,
2.5 million each, Nida?
Each.
Yes, it's a 25 lakhs each ki aapke jo hai 7 grants. That is, I think right now it's one of the highest amount offered by any of the programs जो कि equity free पे जा रहा है model पे. When you apply for this program, you are not going to be signing up for against any equity. There are no fees for attending this program. The one investment that we will be asking you to make is your time and your attention. Those are the 2 things, because uska aapka return on investment khud milega. We are very mindful कि आपकी attendance इसकी कितनी है. हफ्ते में you should be expecting 3 sessions. जिस तरह ज़ियाना ने बताया, हम at the time of, if you're shortlisted for the pitching, हम उसी वक्त से आपको calendar share करेंगे. So that when you're deciding to go ahead to joining the cohort, you are well informed कि what are the days that you need to block. Because attendance 80% से below जाती है, तो then, that's when we will revoke the fact कि आप final jury को pitch कर सकेंगे भी के नहीं. There are assignments with this program, but those assignments from day one will be on your own business. अगर आपने growth का session लिया है, तो वो आप अपने ही business के ऊपर growth का जो journey है वो बनाएंगे. Design thinking भी उसी आपके खुद पे होगी. Business model भी जो आप build करेंगे, we will be working with you on your own business model. आप किसी imaginary या किसी make believe startup के ऊपर नहीं काम करेंगे. You'll be working on your own. And the thought behind this is that by the time you're in the last session, आपका पूरा का पूरा business plan, financial model, KPIs for the next 6 months, आपका technology design or Standard Chartered funded project will be ready by the time you finish the last session, and you'll be ready for the final pitch in front of the jury.
Nida, what I'm hearing, I feel so enticed. how early stage
आप भी आ जाए.
join too, because I think this program is not just about training. This program is not just about the grant. Even if you don't, from what you just mentioned, even if somebody doesn't win the grant, like अगर वो साथ में नहीं भी आते, they're so ready to maybe even apply for other grants,
raise investment later on as well,
or at least go ahead on their own, or maybe the subsidized loans by the government. There's just so many options because आप उनको इतना ready कर देते हैं. It is not just about your program, you're overall helping them to lift up their businesses.
यही point मैं mention करना चाहती थी नादिया, जो आपने highlight किया, and Ziana will also agree to the fact that it's not only the seed grant that we were providing, वो तो बिल्कुल end की बात है, जो वो 4 to 6 weeks और 8 weeks का जो पूरा process होता है, जिसके through आपका program बिल्कुल, आपका business बिल्कुल fit हो जाता है to scale. तो उसमें बस वो खाली पैसों का एक एलिमेंट रह जाता है, बाकी तो सब सीख के जो है वो जो कोहॉर्ट का जो पार्ट होते हैं, they already learn, and it's a lot of learning in this in the entire process.
I have noticed that women जो हैं, some of them are really running amazing businesses, लेकिन वो structure, वो documentation, वो planning, all that thing is not there on paper or sheets or or on your computer or wherever. It's not documented, which is so amazing कि आप उनको वो सारी चीजें एक you streamline them. So this is just amazing.
Yes, absolutely.
A little about Tasneem and Nida, either one of you can take this question. Firstly about, it's been 4 years since a Women in Tech has been happening. So some of the impact from the last 4 years, and has it helped internationalize the experience of any Pakistani women founders? Because this is so important given a current economic scenario is for growth beyond our borders as well.
I think impact wala part मैं ले लेती हूँ, and internationalize पे Nida will focus more on that.
And then हम Ziana को फिर तंग करेंगे.
नहीं, as far as the impact is
इसका तो Ziana भी दबा दे सकती है.
As far as the impact is concerned, Nadia, as I mentioned that we started off in 2019, और उस वक्त जो applications हमें receive हुई थी, वो हुई थी कोई 80 applications उस time पर, because obviously कराची, लाहौर, इस्लामाबाद पे हमने focus किया था. Cohort 4 में we received approximately more than 1100 interests that people and female wanted to apply for this program. वो अलग बात है कि वो eligibility criteria में पूरी उतरी नहीं उतरी, कितना वो eligible थी, कितनी नहीं थी, वो तो एक secondly आ जाता है. But at least I would like to mention कि in these 4 years we've made an impact कि people, that females are really aware of this program. And obviously 1200 is like काफी ज्यादा number होता है, maybe उनके registered नहीं थे business, या वो एक startup stage पे थी या जो भी था, but at least they applied and they showed interest in the program. And ये 1200 were not only from Karachi, Lahore and Islamabad. We received these interests from like 69 cities of Pakistan. And 69 cities of Pakistan, right, 12-15 के बाद 20 के बाद तो मैं भी खामोश हो जाऊंगी कि यार which is the 21st city of Pakistan, because of Karachi, Lahore, Islamabad, Sialkot, Faisalabad, पेशावर, क्वेटा, उससे जो है वो इतना आगे, वो जाहिर है मतलब 20-30 से ज्यादा शायद मुझे भी नहीं, I mean 69 cities is it in itself it's remarkable, and वो एक चीज दिखा रहा है कि we're in the right trajectory. And I mean females from Sevan have applied, like so Aziza की जो बात करी थी Nida from Gilgit Baltistan has applied. तो इसका मतलब हमारा जो impact है वो इतना ज्यादा बढ़ गया है कि जो far-flung areas भी हैं हमारे पाकिस्तान के अंदर, उनको भी, वहाँ की भी females को idea है कि Women in Tech is a program in which they can apply. And I think on the internationalized part, Nida will elaborate on that.
Ziana, can I pass the ball to you on this one, and you could share perhaps the opportunities that we were able to share with you for this?
Two things. So the first thing I'd like to talk about is the impact of this program on our business over the last 6 months. So जैसे कहा, हमारा business चल रहा था, we were doing well. The program gave us the opportunity to build a complete data room with input from mentors, investors, everything. At every point it would get tweaked. It would be like, okay, we were ready with the data room, alhamdulillah, we won the grant, and we've tripled our business in the last 6 months.
Mashallah.
So literally it was like, ये नहीं था कि अच्छा पैसे दे दिए फिर figure out करने का जिसका करना क्या है. It was like they took us from like A to Z, alhamdulillah. As far as the international exposure is concerned, we've actually participated in 2 international events as Women in Tech alumni. One was a fintech event that was a global event that Khatija Hashmi was a part of. It was taking place in Africa. The other one, and that we showcased Bechlo.pk on that event virtually, and it was amazing the interest that we got, the questions that were asked. And the other event was recently, it was Village Capital and Standard Chartered Women in Tech collaborated. And that was just a phenomenal experience. So what they had done was they had invited the alumni to present a mock-up board meeting where you specify aapke do problems kya hai, and then they would have their experts from all over the world, it was an international program, help you with those problems.
Oh, wow.
And they also helped us, they also had networking sessions in that. And the amazing part was I met these brilliant founders, two founders from Africa. One was working in cosmetics, natural cosmetics, and one was working in superfoods. And they were women-centered business. And they had the exact same problems we have in Pakistan. It was amazing, right? It was like, but Africa, the African ecosystem is actually a lot further than the Pakistani ecosystem. So मैंने उनसे इतना सीखा उस 3 घंटे के session में, and it really opens your mind. I didn't have to leave my comfort zone. I was sitting here in Pakistan and I was learning from Standard Chartered and Village Capital executives from all over the world, and I was meeting these ecosystem partners, and we shared stories, we shared strategies. And it was really helpful, so I would not have had this opportunity had I not been part of a program like Women in Tech. So absolutely, it'll help you take, not just locally, but, and this wasn't just for the winners. This was for anyone who was Women in Tech alumni.
Who was part of the cohort.
Which is great, right?
Yes.
Once you're part of it, winner, you are their babies, you are their community.
I like the fact once you say you're there, maybe part of the committee, which is very important, right? So it's not just about the numbers, it's just running the program. It's about actually helping the founders grow. It's actually about helping the women really scale up the initiatives, which is what, and I know Nida's involved, it would be like that. I am a big fan of Nida's.
So Nadia, we're very Jazakallah. No, we're very lucky actually, Nadia, we have the support of the ecosystem. When we came out with this program and we introduced the concept and everything, although it is a corporate sponsored program, but everybody in the ecosystem, alhamdulillah, realizes the pain that we take to run this program. The involvement of the SC management, the involvement of INNOVentures, and alhamdulillah, the founders' commitment once they're inside the program is the testament of that. अच्छा, हम जब opportunities की बात करते हैं, एक international opportunities which is introduced last year was of course the Village Capital की से partnership in that. Not only did they go through the grooming process for the founders to kind of make them more aware and investment ready, they also actually are considering women in tech founders from all over the global portfolio in which they are going to invest in. So, that is also, आप अगर उसके लिए अगर आप हमारे प्रोग्राम से क्लियर होते हैं पाकिस्तान के पूल से, तो you kind of like pre-vet to be eligible for their, their entire pool के जिसमें वो investment करना चाह रहे हैं. And they're doing investments up to the last I had a conversation with was up to $75,000. और ये सारे businesses जो हैं, they are not just your technology based business. I would also like to point out, especially with regards to this company, this community, कि हम लोग सिर्फ technology software वाले businesses को नहीं cater करते हैं. हमारे portfolio में अभी 18 vertical startups मौजूद हैं. हमारे पास एग्री टेक भी है, हमारे पास एड टेक भी है, मेड टेक भी है, फिनटेक भी है. ये वाले तो सारे यूजुअल the forerunners are there. We have lifestyle businesses, we have e-commerce, we have mental health startups, we have startups that are working in web3 उसमें काम कर रहे हैं, AI के ऊपर काम हो रहा है. So when you join this community, आपको अपने जैसा कोई ना कोई जरूर मिलेगा. And we always kind of make sure हम लोग on and off we keep on holding city based meetups as well. तो उसमें ये होता है कि कराची के लोग सारे जो है क्रॉस कोहोर्ट भी मिलते रहते हैं. One of our very dear startups from last year, Ziana, is now holding a wedding event in Islamabad. An in-person festival कर रहे हैं. I want to give them a shout out. So if there are any startups out here in your community, founders जो के wedding wear और इस तरह के associated जो accessories वगैरह में काम करते हैं, bridals में और उसमें, please reach out to them and collaborate with them. Let's grow these things. हमने उनको closet के साथ introduce करवाया कि maybe they can collaborate, जो कि cohort 1 का था 2019. Connected with somebody in 2021 and 2022 के startups के साथ. So we try to keep things alive. Just because it is an online program, आप ये ना समझे कि आपका experience जो है वो personalized नहीं होगा. This is one thing that we try to make sure कि आपका जो in-person experience है, उसकी of course, you know, there is always a merit to it. But just because this is online doesn't mean that you're missing out on something big. We try to leverage this online का जो सारा setup है to make it easy for women कि आपको जो नहीं, you don't have to go through the steps to attend. नहीं कैमरा ऑन करना ना करें, कमरे में शोर हो रहा है, let us know, बैकएंड पे आप हमें मैसेज कर दें, we won't be bothering with you as long as we know you're listening in. If it is a program session जो कि आपकी बजाय आपका कोई टीम मेंबर उसमें ज्यादा एक्सपर्ट है, we ask you to also ask them to join in, gender irrespective, because at the end of the day we want your business to grow. Absolutely. But हम आपको छुट्टी नहीं देंगे, we want you to also develop that expertise, but that you know you should be there, but your team also grows with you through this program. So and in turn, of course, then your business also grows.
What you just told us, there are a couple of questions that, you know, come out of this, which I know will come on. So the first being, you know, you said that there are, you know, businesses that are into AI and stuff. And abhi a question aaya bhi tha, can service businesses apply? Such as, for example, somebody has a business which is related to content writing. Maybe it is, you know, some content writing, marketplace, something they want to make, or a social media agency or a web development agency. So ek to can service-based businesses apply? And secondly, if you can just give some examples for women watching, you know, you said there's so many verticals. So what are some of the things that, let's say if it's a traditional business or it's somebody, तो उसके अंदर वो tech का क्या element ला सकते हैं, you know, or what can the tech element be? I mean, just example, for example, somebody who has a catering business. I remember, you know, Fariha from our community was with you. So maybe हो सकता है उसका वो website element, because I remember that, you know, for her that became an element. So could some examples like that from the past cohorts, which would, you know, encourage or help the women who are watching or who watch it later, because this will remain saved on our page.
Absolutely. So, you know, our outlook when it comes to, and our lens for technology is not just softwares. When we talk about technology, we are talking about what technology for a traditional business is going to help them grow. We will never recommend you to go, you know, input a plane where a simple car can help you. You know, agar aap, you're looking at the technological wo cheez. Agar aap dekhe, आपका अगर एक बिजनेस क्लोथ सेलिंग का है, रीसेलिंग का है, जो भी इस तरीके से आपका सेटअप है, उसमें अगर आप सिर्फ इंस्टाग्राम से बेच रहे हैं, तो वी विल एनकरेज यू कि व्हाई नॉट सेट अप एन ई स्टोर. ठीक है, इट कुड बी अ वाइट लेबल वन, यू डोंट हैव टू रीस्ट्रक्चर द होल थिंग, आपको उसको पूरा कमीशन करने की भी जरूरत नहीं है. एंड सी हाउ इट वर्क्स फॉर यू. उसको पायलट रन करें, उसको देखें. हमारे जो फंडिंग है that can actually help you do the pilot to acquire that white label, और उसको आप पर्सनलाइज करें और देखें आपकी स्केल हो रही है कि नहीं हो रही है सेल्स. अगर होती है, you automatically will earn enough money to go get your own personalized website done, or perhaps, you know, acquire a loan or some other bigger investment to be able to do that. यहाँ से जो आप grant win करेंगे, that will help you set up the experiment and get the learnings for you to build your case bigger. अच्छा, हमारे पास जो स्टार्टअप्स हैं उसके अंदर we've made investments in machinery, स्किन केयर की हमारे पास स्किन डीप इंटरनेशनल था. They didn't come to us and say कि जी हमें कोई वेबसाइट बिल्ड करनी है. एक उनकी सेल्स ऑलरेडी चल रही थी. कोविड में they went massive because everybody was buying online. We all remember the massive phenomenon of the successful home facial kits जो उनके आए थे. Personal user, please, I do highly recommend them even now.
Oh, they're great.
Sadaf, when she came, they were great. So Sadaf came to me and she asked me, you know, मुझे sales मेरी सही चल रही है. I need machinery. मेरे पास orders अभी इतने सारे आ रहे हैं कि if I'm able to invest in machinery, I'll be able to, you know, get more products out into the market and order fulfillment मेरी वो होगी. We trusted them. They went through the program impeccably. They were able to convince the final jury. They got the grant. You know, they completed the process. By the time they were on their sixth month, they were selling internationally. So, you know, these are the examples. हमारे पास दूसरा example अगर आप देखें क्लोजेट का है, उनका भी कपड़ों का रेंटल का बिजनेस है. वेबसाइट वगैरह सब बनी हुई थी and everything. We actually went into them and gave them a supporting grant because COVID में everything closed down. तो शादी वेयर कौन पहन रहा था? कोई शादियां नहीं हो रही थी. So they wanted to experiment with their own label. We actually turned this into a business support grant during COVID time, by the way. That was a one-off case. And they're still surviving. वो 400 square foot से अब 4,000 square foot in 3 different cities अब उनका scale कर चुका है business.
Wow.
They've gone on to win grants from Karandas, from USAID, $50,000 अलग उन्होंने raise किए हुए. So, these are the second example. Third is, of course, Fariha came to us from this very community. She had a food selling business, fantastic food catering services, very
She
well
does all
curated.
our
She wanted to
caterings.
set up. She is
All
the
our
best.
events
Once you've
are
had her
hers.
stuff, you can't tell. Exactly. And, she realized, we kind of helped her in professionalize a lot of things and experiment with ideas. And she went back to saying, nahi yaar, mera jo ye hai, technology is not working out for me. Mera brick and mortar, ya jo bhi mera order business hai, that is working better for me. So, it helped her learn.
Yeah.
At our expense, okay, what works for you, what doesn't work for you. There was a ready-to-cook chapati business that applied for us for the Women in Tech cohort 3. Maria Muzaffar unka naam hai, whole grains food ke naam se unka business hai. She also came to us for machinery. And we were able to actually, one of the things that I would also like to point out is कि ये सारे decisions जो होते हैं कि what works, what doesn't work, जो इस program strength में होती है, it also is actually helpful because of the fact कि हम mentors आपके लिए सही ढूंढ के लाते हैं. The mentors that we find for you are actually the people who have gone through the business process. अगर आपको कोई technology business है, आपकी technology product है, we'll find people who will help you sell that technology. We will not help you find somebody to build that technology even more. पहले देखे तो सही उसकी बिक्री हो रही है कि नहीं हो रही है, customers उसके मौजूद हैं कि नहीं हैं. Is there a market for appetite for that product? And if you're a traditional business, whatever be your area of business, हमारे पास बहुत सारे, लाहौर से भी एक हमारे पास food business applied. We actually can help them connect with Badar Khushnood in Lahore. उन्होंने उनको उनका store setup करने में पूरी help की. So, these are the things that we kind of do. Digital marketing में आपको help चाहिए, आपको technology advice चाहिए कि मैं अपने business के लिए कौन सी technology build करूं, उसकी cost क्या होगी. Costing में आपको वो बैठ के आपके mentors help करते हैं. They help you, realize कि is there an easier way to a bigger problem. White label product मौजूद है, आप ऐसे नहीं करें. You perhaps, collaborate with somebody else. Partnerships help करते हैं. When MedIQ came to us, Dr. Saira, when she applied for this program, उनके mentor later on went ahead and, helped her raise the investment money. So, these are the relationships that go on further beyond this program. Ziana, I'm sure you're also in touch with your mentor up till now as well. Ye sari relationships are ones that we also, are lucky that our mentors also go beyond the 2 meetings that are mandatory for the program, and they actually root for their founders as well. Hamari mentee jeeti ke nahi jeeti? How did it work? Did they make it to the finals? And they keep coming back to us. I came across this opportunity and I've mentored your business. Perhaps you can ask them to apply for this program. So the opportunities just keep on going on once you're part of this community.
This is so amazing. Taseem, I'd like to, thank you so much, Dida. This was such an in-depth answer, and there's so much learning and information. Jabki I'm doing the session 4th year, I think, with you, the 4th or 5th year. Even then, every time we do the session, I learn something new, especially about the businesses that have made so much impact. Taseem, can you just tell us something about, the kind of support that this program has with higher management of the bank, both nationally and internationally?
Yes, I'll definitely put some light on it, Nadia. Zahir support to wo aapko pata hai कि we've been doing this program for the past 4 years now, and this is the 5th year. And मतलब जब first year था तो उस वक्त हमारे जो sessions थे वो were in person, right, in Karachi, Lahore, and Islamabad. So COVID जब आया तो COVID के बाद then we मतलब obviously हर चीज was online और वो हमें बिल्कुल अंदाजा नहीं था कि आफ्टर कोविड और जब भी हम सेशंस को ऑनलाइन करेंगे तो वो ऑनलाइन होने से कितने ज्यादा एडवांटेजेस हो जाएंगे टू दीज फीमेल्स बिकॉज we've got speakers, we've got mentors, we've got jury members from all over the world, right? Because as you know, we're an international bank operating in more than 59 markets of the world. तो हमारी कोशिश ये होती है कि हर साल जब भी कोई सेशन हो जो कोचिंग का हो तो हम कोई एक्सपर्ट्स को किसी सीनियर मैनेजमेंट को और एक्सपर्ट्स को सिर्फ पाकिस्तान से नहीं बल्कि और भी जगहों से, हमारे दुबई से लोग आए थे, लंदन से दे कम इन, दे बिकम अ ज्यूरी मेंबर, दे टॉक अबाउट अ स्पेसिफिक एक्सपर्टीज दैट दे हैव, एंड इस तरह से दिस इज द सपोर्ट दैट वी गेट फ्रॉम आवर सीनियर मैनेजमेंट ग्लोबली एंड रीजनली, और पाकिस्तान से तो होती ही है। एंड जैसे निदा ने मेंशन किया कि ऑब्वियसली सीड ग्रांट इज एन एग्जांपल दैट we've got a major support from our management कि वो 1.5 million से बढ़ा के we realize कि जी जाहिर एक्सपेंसेस, इन्फ्लेशन इतनी ज्यादा हो गई कि बिजनेस को स्केल करने के लिए भी जो है वो अब पैसे ज्यादा चाहिए, तो we heard and we've increased the grant to 2.5 million. So this is a testament that our senior management wants this program to grow, and they want this program to grow in Pakistan.
That's amazing. That's just so, I mean, it makes me so happy to hear that, it's, as a bank, as an institution, you'll believe in women. You're believing that, you believe in the female founders, and you're believing that they have the potential to take the businesses ahead, because globally, we see as a phenomena, that female founders don't end up getting so much of the grant money out there or the investments out there. So I think kudos to Standard Chartered for doing this, and especially this understanding that the cost of doing business is increased, so increasing the grant amount,
Yeah.
and it's a significant increase. It's not just a small increase.
Bilkul.
And Ziana, for you, somebody as a female.
I just wanted to add to that as far as the support of the bank and the management is concerned. Alhamdulillah, we went to the program, we built a lot of relationships, we won the grant. And then recently, we've actually signed up as a supplier for Standard Chartered Bank for their online needs. So any of the, so we've actually developed an entire category for corporate gifting, inspired by the suggestions from the supply chain department at Standard Chartered. So I honestly, we were Mr. Rehan Sheikh a few times, and just the warmth with which he meets all of us founders. And the encouragement, I mean, they grant they could have stopped there, right? Like they don't.
Yeah.
I mean, they've done everything, but it didn't stop there, So now, inshallah, they've inspired us to come up with a whole new category we'd never even considered. So, now we have small businesses who are going to be, inshallah, soon their products are going to be in Standard Chartered gift boxes and their corporate gifts, or, their employees will be able to go ahead and order from our small businesses. So they're really supporting the female entrepreneurs in a holistic way. And I don't think I've seen that in many other organizations, in my respect, but I don't think any company has gone so far कि वो जहां हो सकता है वो support करते हैं. So I really appreciate that, and a special shout out to Standard Chartered and the management there for really keeping us. We feel the warmth and the love.
Thank you.
So amazing, which is why I love hosting this particular session with all of you, because this is not about just promoting the program or kya kar raha hai, kaise. It's about the heartfelt stories that is coming straight from the founder. This you could see on Ziana's face, what she feels about it. So Ziana, I keep taking this ahead. How did you manage to run? Because you see, you said for moms. So how did you manage to, do both the trainings, run your business at the same time, and if you're a mom, manage that aspect as well? And for women, sometimes it's the household responsibilities as well. Sometimes, yeah, majority of the times. So how did you manage to do, all of that? And then when you did these trainings, did your concept of scale change, or do you still feel the same about, scale? Because since you're scaling your business, so what has been a structural change in your mind about that?
So, yeah, I mean, all very valid questions, right? And these were actually all my concerns when I started and when I was applying for the program, and when me and my co-founders and I were discussing it. Managing time-wise is obviously, because then you're doing 3 full-time jobs, right? Abhi to work or bache or family, that's my 2 full-time. And then obviously accelerator program is intense, and it requires your time and energy.
Yeah.
I think the 2 things really help out. Number one, the fact that you know the structure in advance, right? So before you sign on to the program, aapko pata hota hai ki aapki expectation kitni hai, aapke kitne sessions honge, and aapki dates kya hongi sessions ki. So you have to pre-plan. And I think having that information upfront really helps you chalk out and iron out. For example, I have 3 kids, तो किसी एक बच्चे की कोई sports class होने वाली है, and the school things tend to come up a lot more suddenly, But अगर मुझे पता है कि मैंने इस दिन पे ये sessions करने हैं, I will arrange, the help, or I will arrange support to be able to facilitate the fact. And then if nothing else, like Nida said, I will, be on my call on a phone, sitting at a football pitch while my child is playing football, So you have that flexibility because it's organized. I do suggest to founders कि आप अगर इस इंशाल्लाह इस program में apply जरूर करें. If you get selected, pre-plan your day और आप इसको as a certification ना देखें. Don't look at it as मैंने ये certificate जीत लेनी है या मुझे ये पैसे लेने हैं. The learning that you get from these mentors from the ecosystem, it's invaluable. You know, आपको 1 घंटे का session है या 1.5 घंटे की session है, आपको at least 3 या 4 takeaways मिल जाएंगे. You know, invest your time and you will learn. अगर आप इसको as a token देख रहे हैं, then you may not, you will not get as much out of it. So understand that it's an investment in you and your business. So you will grow as a leader. I think that's something that's really important for us women. जब हम business start करते हैं, we don't see ourselves as a leader like हम business चला रहे हैं. But in order to have a successful business, you have to lead. And then when you hear from these mentors who are leading, male or female, you learn a lot, right? How can you go into 15 different companies and learn from 15 different bosses? You can't, but this is what the program brings to you. It brings the best of the best to you in 12 weeks, or 10 weeks. Scale definitely changed. So I come from a more conservative, conventional business background where I've run e-commerce startups, businesses before, lifestyle businesses. And I was a bit intimidated by the concept of scale and growing fast, So when we had to come up with a 6-month plan, so, I'd done some other programs, some 3-year plans, 5-year plans, so pehle 1.5 saal to hum realistic hota tha, and then, you would do those big numbers. And this program made me focus on the 6 months mein aapko big numbers, and they left it up to us, right? To decide ki aapke business ke liye aap kya kar sakte hain. But it made me get over my fears. It made us get over our fears and break it down. Let's not get intimidated. Let's not get worried. And honestly, जब हमने final versions भी अपने बनाए कि हम, ये propose कर रहे हैं हमारे KPIs के लिए, तो भी मैं थोड़ी conservative. मैंने कहा मैंने डाल दिया, will it actually? But alhamdulillah, there were a couple of months where we actually exceeded it. And January onwards, our grant came in November. And Jan onwards, so everybody knows what happened, with the ecosystem, with the economy, with inflation. And हमारी एक ये भी फिक्र थी कि हमने अब grant ले ली है, we're responsible for this money. Will it work? But alhamdulillah, it did, because we had the tools and we had a structured roadmap. It wasn't like we were just randomly using the money. So I think it really helped me get over the fear of growth and scaling growth. 6 months mein tripling my business. I mean, that's I didn't think it would happen, but it did. And inshallah, we're still on the trajectory. Now we're being able to continue it. So I think ये founders के लिए बहुत जरूरी है कि आप ना डरें. Don't take the step. And the application process itself really makes you think as well. So you'll really answer a lot of key questions for your business just through the application process. So it's time for us to kind of try and step out of our comfort zones just a little bit. And I found it, my co-founders, my team, my cohort members, we've all found it very, very invaluable.
That's amazing, Ziana. And then, from what you just said, it's been my observation as well, which I would like to add to it. Is that a lot of time women are doing all these courses. I mean, we offer a number of courses on Femprow as well, and even other programs just for the certification. Yeah. The learning is not the important thing. Their focus is on certificate, milega, kya milega, uspe kya likha hoga, which is very important. You need to invest in yourself. If you really are serious about your business, jo Nida ne kaha na ki wo registration hota na, then that seriousness comes in, because then you're accountable. You're paying your taxes. That's when that serious part comes in, and even to an external party, they know कि अच्छा अब ये serious है. So it's very important to focus on the learning in these sessions कि आप takeaways क्या लेके जा रहे हैं, rather than just कि end में हमारे पास एक वो certification होगी कि जी हमने standard chart, हमने women in tech की एक program कर ली. It's about actually wanting your business to grow. And then again, one more thing I've also seen is women are scared of scaling up. They want to remain small. वो scale के word से डरते हैं, which I'm so, and you yourself were saying you were conservative in your figures, like despite that कि अच्छा मैं, so they bring you out of that comfort zone as well. So whether I personally think कि आपको चाहे वो grant आप win करे ना करे, you still on your way. आप अपने पाँव पे तो खड़े हो जाएंगे to go to the next step. So this brings me to the next question, Nida, and I think probably one of the last questions is कि पहली चीज, how long is the program? Because that question has also come as well, because somewhere we're hearing 8 weeks, 12 weeks. Yeah. So for what is the duration of the program, and
Commitment.
approximately for founders to even know, what sort of, how many hours commitment are they looking at per week in terms of the sessions? I do understand that what's amazing is that homework or task जो है वो अपने ही business के लिए, so actually you're really helping your own self by doing those assignments in your own business. But वो our commitment case study, and what are the kind of founders that should apply?
So I'll start with the time commitment. हमारे जो sessions होते हैं, they are 2.5 months का acceleration program होता है. जब applications at the end of August खत्म होंगी, उसके बाद तकरीबन approx 1 महीना हमें लगता है. Jury इसमें होगी. You will go, if you're selected in the top 40 startups to pitch before a jury, it will be an independent jury that will be deciding whether you should be part of the cohort or not. Once you clear that step, उसी time पे हम आपसे जो है सारा schedule वगैरह भी share करते हैं कि this is the curriculum, this is the time commitment that is required. हफ्ते में 3 sessions होते हैं, Monday, Wednesday and Friday के हमारे sessions होते हैं from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock के. ठीक है, sometimes they run a bit later. अगर Q&A वगैरह लंबा हो जाता है तो अगर आप उसको 5:30, 6 समझें तो that you'll be in a much more safer and more comfort zone as well. जो Friday के sessions होते हैं, they are actually not learning sessions. वो कोई technical sessions नहीं होते हैं. They are actually speaker sessions. That's where we introduce you to a lot more, stellar, fantastic leading women entrepreneurs from not just Pakistan, but we try from the international team at SC or international ecosystem से हम उनको लेके आते हैं, and they speak about their life journey, entrepreneurial and professional life journey with you. What that helps is, first of all, they get introduced to this program. You can always email them back later that, we are part of this cohort in which you were a speaker, and forge your connection. But they also learn from their experience as well. Okay, this is a mistake that I made. And itna wo closed, room session hota hai, that's a safe place. You can discuss your problems one-on-one with them. In that discussion, and they also share their experience with you. So Fridays are actually that way, and we also intermittently work on your pitching as well on Fridays. So ये आपका हो गया. इस दफा अगर इस साल का अगर आप time commitment की बात करते हैं, so I think we're looking at end of September for the sessions to start, and it will the graduation वगैरह और ये सारा process जो होगा, it will lead up to end of November. What you will be going through are 3 sessions per week up to till the end of early November, end October, and then you will be working, given some time off, about 10 days or so, to finalize your technology project, where aapke paas, we have an in-house mentor as well. He sits down and he works one-on-one with you and help you refine your project. Once that is finalized, then you'll be going into the first jury. That again will be an independent jury. उसमें ना Standard Chartered का कोई influence होता है, ना INNOVentures का कोई influence होता है. It is an entirely independent jury that will screen down from 25 to the top 14. The top 14 जो founders होंगे, then they will be again pitching in front of another jury, which is actually where we try to be a bit cheeky. We get all the VCs to come in, we get other corporate executives to come in. Again, purpose of this is to increase the exposure of your business to as many influential people or people of interest for you as possible. वो ecosystem से भी होते हैं, वो international भी होते हैं, वो they are angel investors, they are people who are actually serious, and that gives you the confidence to, once you're through with this process, that once again you go to these type of people, what are the questions that will be coming to you? And then, what should you be ready with in terms of your pitch deck? They give you very candid feedback. They give you, advice on how to improve in case you're not selected for the grant. Once you're selected for the grant, that is another 6-month process. What happens is that, once you are awarded the grant, we will sit down again with you and हम आपके साथ milestone set करेंगे. And what happened is कि these will be the milestones, as Ziana said, आप अपने targets खुद set करेंगे कि मैं अगले 6 महीने में इस grant money के साथ spend इस तरह करके XYZ level of scale achieve करूंगी. And then we help you through that process. You know, we ask, हम आपसे reporting ले रहे होते हैं. If you face a glitch, we try to help you out with it. We advise you. If there is something that is drastically going not your way due to external circumstances, we actually go sit back with you and we revise your KPIs with you in consultation with Standard Chartered, because we want you to succeed. At the end of the day, our target over here is कि आपका business वाकई में scale करना चाहिए. Yes, if there are certain reasons which are out of, not because of external reasons, because of non-seriousness of founders, agar wo grant ki requirement puri nahi ho rahi hai, to I will also put it on record that we don't hand you the grant blindly. And that is why there is a market credibility of this program, that if somebody has gone through this investment process of this grant, people then reach out to you and they say, okay, we have a bigger opportunity. Would you be interested in applying for it? And so on and so forth. We Rise में आप देखें, आप She Loves Tech देखें, आप you know, there are other Karan Das के देख लें. You look at Accelerate Prosperity. We have ties with all of them, and we are very you know, lucky that they trust our system, and they then encourage our founders to apply to their program as well. So you know, it's kind of a process कि आप एक दरवाजा खोलेंगे, it will inshallah ta'ala open more doors for your business as well. So I hope that answers your question completely. एक मजे का question किसी comment आया है कि मैंने पहले साल apply किया था, I failed to impress the jury. Trust me, there are days when you're not on your best. That doesn't mean that you're not an amazing business. You're not an amazing founder. You may never know. Maybe the jury member might not be having such a great day. Unka frame of mind or lens of looking at things is different. So please don't let that one aspect. If you feel that this is the kind of commitment that you can give to the program, and this is the kind of opportunity that will help you scale, rejections ko please side pe rakhiye, keep on applying. Aapne to balki it'll be easier for you to fill the application. Aankhein band ki, just copy paste it. And just
Nida, abhi ek comment aaya hai, bahut acha. I want you to listen to it. This is thank you for giving in-depth answers and clearing all the confusions. And then it's written in all caps, I am ready now. So I'm so glad I
Yes.
This is what the whole idea is.
1 hour spent well. Yeah.
That's true, because like as I say, these programs are really needed. I mean, you know what a strong proponent of women's economic empowerment and progress I am, which is why I'm such a strong believer in Standard Chartered Women in Tech program, because I've seen you know what you know the founders have done, and you know Ziana is giving us such amazing insights right now as to the opportunities and the doors this opened for her, even in terms of scale, like you know 3 times the growth, mashallah. So all these things are so amazing, which is why I think these live sessions really help, because सारे सवाल आ जाते हैं, जवाब आ जाते हैं. So I think बस एक चीज अब I think the final closing note पे आप ये बता दें कि we do know the form link we've put out, but ये कि वो apply कैसे करना है, what are some of the things that people could keep in mind, women could keep in mind when applying, and then we can end the session.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So I'll just to put it on record, the URL is www.sc.com/pk/women-in-tech. So it's sc.com/pk, which is Pakistan/women-in-tech with dash in between. So that is the URL you need to go to. Eligibility criteria सारा उसके अंदर लिखा हुआ है. The form asks you in 3 steps, 4-5 चीजें आपसे. आपकी बेसिक इंफॉर्मेशन, आपकी फाउंडर इंफॉर्मेशन, जिसमें कि कितने फाउंडर्स हैं, इक्विटी कितनी है अगर किसी की है, रजिस्टर्ड हैं कि नहीं है, कितने साल से ऑपरेशनल है, आपका बिजनेस मेन क्या है, व्हाट इज द डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ योर बिजनेस. देन वी आल्सो आस्क यू कि अगर आप स्टैंडर्ड चार्टर्ड के ग्रांट के लिए अप्लाई कर रहे हैं, व्हिच इज द मेन यू नो चेरी ऑन द टॉप फॉर दिस प्रोग्राम, व्हाट आर यू गोइंग टू यूज इट फॉर. नाउ दैट इज द वन क्वेश्चन आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट ऑल ऑफ योर फाउंडर्स टू टेक. अभी 20 दिन है इसको अप्लाई करने में. टेक योर टाइम एंड आंसर दैट वेरी वेरी केयरफुली, बिकॉज दैट इज द मेन डिसीजनिंग पॉइंट. स्टैंडर्ड चार्टर्ड का जब सिलेक्शन ज्यूरी हो रही होती है, दैट इज वन थिंग दैट वी लुक एट इट, कि जिस बिजनेसेस में हम सबसे ज्यादा हमें लगता है कि हमारी इन्वेस्टमेंट का इम्पैक्ट होगा, उसमें ऑफ कोर्स इंक्लिनेशन ज्यादा जाती है. ठीक है, एट द एंड ऑफ द डे वी हैव टू सी दैट यू नो are you a business, perhaps there are some businesses that are too big that can actually go ahead and raise money on their own, versus a smaller business who might not have that chance to raise this kind of money. Our preference will actually go to the smaller business in this. You don't have to be a superstar business, and out there to make it for the program. There are some businesses that we actually go back to and we decline, saying that, no, you're overqualified for this program. Or we feel that, there are people in this pool who will benefit more than you would already. So perhaps, we can help you find another program that you can, be better suited for, but let the other guys, let's give the other guys a chance. So we actually do take startups like these. और एक चीज मैं और कहना चाहूंगी यहाँ पे, women tend to strive for perfection, right? मेरी एप्लीकेशन जब तक परफेक्ट नहीं होगी, मेरा बिजनेस जब तक इस लेवल पे नहीं पहुंच जाएगा, मेरे सोशल्स जब तक इस तरह नहीं दिख रहे होंगे, मेरा लोगो जब तक इस तरह नहीं होगा, मैं वेट कर लेती हूँ. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. There is help out there that will help you achieve what you're trying to, that level of, if not perfection, but professionalization, which will make your journey easier. आप फिर अपने business पे ज़्यादा ध्यान दें, we'll tell you how to do the rest of things. So please take a step forward. Lean in. Let us support you. There is a lot of, if not us, Femprow is doing fantastic. हमारे program में नहीं apply करे. If you feel this is too advanced for you right now, you're too intimidating, it's okay. Apply for the other programs that are out there, get ready, understand the jargon, then come back to us and we'll help you qualify for more bigger programs that are one step ahead of us. And, this is how we are going to build women entrepreneurs out there in Pakistan. And this is how one day, inshallah, perhaps women unicorn as well. We're waiting for that one, aren't we? I am.
Inshallah. On this note, there's something I'd like to add. There is an international program that, we are right now working with. And I think overall there are about 450 kuch participants. So usme se 130 are, suddenly like from Pakistan. And yesterday, I got to hear this comment. The Pakistani women entrepreneurs are so enthusiastic. They're keeping us on our toes. Whenever we go and we see the women, Pakistani women are always there looking at the courses. They ask the most questions. They ask for the recordings, and I felt so proud. And this is not related to that moment, because this is about the country. This is about our women. I was so happy to hear that Pakistani women entrepreneurs are so much more committed compared to other countries. And it was like a huge,
I think it's in our DNA. It's in our DNA to keep on doing something more to make things work. हमारे जो हालात रहे हैं, the way that we've survived as a country, how women are actually forcing themselves to grow out of this set persona that has been set. You can be a mother, you have to be just a wife. We've struggled so much that we keep on doing things on the side, और हम लोग जो है ना, we keep on, persevering towards going bigger. और वो जो एक हमारी स्ट्रगल है ना, वो हमारा जुगाड़ आप कह लें उसको, perhaps maybe personality में इतना DNA में built हो गया है कि entrepreneurship really suits us well, and it will help us build, break barriers, economic barriers, empowerment in terms of being independent, in terms of being financially independent, coming out of the permission models that are set unnecessarily. Yes, they are necessary in certain setups, but जो unnecessary वाले वो काफी चीजें change. Single income पे घर चल पा रहे हैं. So, let the women come forward, let them be part of these opportunities, and let them, grow through these programs.
And we're 50% of the country's population. I mean, it's so important for women to be in the economic sphere. I cannot emphasize enough. So,
Nadia, just one more thing I would like to mention. On the form thing, because of heavy traffic and stuff, so there's sometimes there are website chalti nahi hai, or zara link kabhi down hota hai, kabhi issues hote hain, to usse please घबराएं नहीं जो भी apply कर रहे हो, just keep on trying, because वो कभी servers down होते हैं, फिर वो अगर दूसरी दफा try करेंगी तो I'm sure उनको they'll get an opportunity to fill in the form.
I'm so glad you put this out, because technology may even the best of situations, even international situations, I've seen this happen. So it's not just us. In case this is a message from us as well, from Femprow. If you're getting stuck in the form somewhere, or if you're confused, you can always reach out to Nida. You can, reach out to the team. You can reach out to Ziana. You can reach out to
हमारे Facebook page पे करें, Standard Chart. बिल्कुल, Standard Chart के Facebook page पे just comment at, हाँ.
ये सोच के क्या इसका मैं क्या लिखूं, I don't know, छोड़ देती हूँ. छोड़ना नहीं है. Reach out to any of us, we will guide you.
So I'm actually saying this on record. During the CTA time, मैं technically 24 hours on call होती हूँ. Be it LinkedIn, be it Facebook, be it WhatsApp, Instagram INNOVentures के किसी भी पेज पे आप जाके reach out कर ले, मुझे reach out कर ले. Another tip I would advise you is कि जब आप answers अपने लिख रहे हो, उनको copy paste, open a notepad, उसको copy paste साथ साथ करते जाएं. फॉर्म जो है रिफ्रेश हो गया, ऑटो सेव का ऑप्शन अभी नहीं है, वी आर वर्किंग ऑन इट. फॉर्म रिफ्रेश हो गया, लाइट चली गई, इंटरनेट ग्लिच आ गया, विंडोज क्रैश कर गई, बच्चे आ गए, you have to step out of your office for an emergency. It's frustrating to write those same things again once you're in a flow. So if all आप एक just open a notepad, Word document खोल ले, अपने Gmail खोल ले, and just keep pasting the answers that you're putting in. It makes life much more easier. So that's
one
my
more
tip
thing
for
I'd
the
add
day.
to it. For me, whenever I've applied on forms, this has personally helped me that I put the questions of the form onto a Word document, put my answers there, rephrase it, and then I know, acha, ab ye bilkul sahi structure according to the word count, etc. requirement, and then put it there. So
It's much easier, and you don't lose that information.
Rely on the virtual thing, kyunki agar wo, as you said, you never know what technology chali gayi, auto save nahi, you've lost that whole thing. Even for Facebook statuses.
And you can reuse it for other applications as well.
Yeah. So yeah.
You can reuse it for other applications as well.
So on that
But please
note,
do apply.
Definitely.
We'll be waiting for your applications. I'm, very in awe of the community that Femprow has curated, the types of businesses. As a community person, मैं खुद भी देख रही होती हूँ, and as a consumer भी मैं इतनी सारी चीजें देख रही होती हूँ यहाँ पे. So it's a fantastic businesses. We've had businesses in candle making, Lit & Co हो गया. हमारे पास कपड़ों के businesses भी हैं, हमारे पास food businesses भी हैं. So don't limit yourself. I don't fit into this criteria. Please do apply. Let us be the judge for it, but we won't be able to assess it unless you come forward and let us know what is it that you do. So give us the opportunity to know about you, and perhaps, our paths will cross and we'll be in an accelerator together.
And I can assure you, if Nida is saying that, she is, because I've seen her work and I'm like a huge fan at the scenes in there. And I think Ziana would also be, I don't know, aapke purane alumni can become mentors for the new ones. I'm sure you do stuff like that.
Absolutely. We're looking into that this year.
So on this note, you must apply. This is not just about, women in tech, this program. This is about you. This is about your business. And this is about, your, it's coming forward and scaling it up rather than just limiting yourselves. So on this note, we look forward to seeing your applications, and we look forward to see you soaring the skies of success. Take care, everyone. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you for your time, Nadia, and everyone listening.
Thank you so much, Ziana. Thank you so much,
everyone.
Thank you, Nida.
Allah Hafiz.
Hafiz.